Tick tock, tick tock, tickety tock, tickety tock. Hello. Hi, girls. Hello. We are live at 5. Right, I'm just making sure that I am streaming into the right place and not streaming into the caravan group that I'm in. That would be awkward. Every on a Tuesday and a Thursday in our client group in the EMW Academy group, we do group coaching calls and we stream live into the group. But because I do it through Zoom, it makes you want to go into the groups by alphabetical order. And the top group that I am in begins with a C, which is the Caravan Group of Scotland, which I think is going to be a bit weird if I start going in there and start talking about mindset or diet. Anyway, right, who is with me live? I can see a few people joining, so lovely to have you here. Make sure every time I do these, they're designed for everybody, and I want as many people as possible to see them, because there's a shit ton of value that I give away these masterclasses. So in order for people to see them, they need to have engagement in the comments. So if you're watching me live, give me a hashtag live in the comments, and if you're catching me in replay, give me a hashtag replay. It's hugely important that everything that I share goes to the biggest audience possible. There's nearly 5,500 people in this group. But if nobody is interacting, nobody will see it. The Facebook algorithm will put it down at the bottom of the page and nobody will see it. And there's a lot of good stuff here today. So go on, give me a hashtag live. Okay, so we are here tonight to talk about wanting to change, but it never being the right time. And this is beyond common. It's really, really normal. And I think the thing we have to remember is that everybody wants to put themselves first. Everybody wants to put themselves first more. And that's okay. That's what we want to do. That's fine. Because if you think about, and I'm going to talk about this from a female point of view, but most women give themselves entirely to their families, their partners, their work, before even starting to think about their own desires and their own goals and whatnot. So the phrase "I really want to put myself first, but I don't know how" is really common. It's really easy to say, but it's actually quite hard to do in practice, and that's what this session is going to be about tonight. So I shouldn't be any longer than my normal half an hour. So we're going to talk about this from the point of view of trying to lose weight, trying to feel amazing, ultimately. And if you think back to a few years ago, so I'm anticipating that most people watching this will be in their 40s and early 50s, but if you think back a few years, if we felt the jeans getting a bit tight, we knew exactly what to do. We just needed to keep an eye on what we were eating. We maybe needed to cut out a couple of nights out, and we maybe just needed to go to a couple of fitness classes, and boom, before you know it, you've lost half stone. And it was quite easy to do. But now, as we get older, from that age 38 onwards, that doesn't work anymore. And we kind of get caught in this whole, some people get caught in a bit of a diet doom spiral. Some people just get stuck with the overwhelm. Some people just don't care, and that's fine. But when we kind of often get to a point where it's a case of, I need to sort this out. I need to get a handle on it. I need to, figure out what to do. And that's where people often come into this group or a Fit Pro or a midlife menopause group. And we see transformations, we see other people able to get the results that we want and go, oh, I want that. That would be awesome. But we get faced by it's not the right time, or I'm too busy at work, or I'm too busy with the kids, or it's Christmas, or I'm on holiday, or relationships going through a sticky point, or anything. Just think of all the things that crop up in our lives that mean it doesn't ever feel like the right time, and there's 101 different things. But if we think about how long we might have been saying it's not the right time for, we have to look at it and going, right, okay, have I been saying this for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, 3, 4, 5 years, even in some instances. We need to actually recognize that the issue isn't actually the time. The issue isn't the timing. Unless, you know, your house has been demolished and or you've had some horrific trauma, I'm talking like generally. Um, it's not the timing, it's the lack of taking action ultimately. Um, and the truth is, there is no perfect time for anyone ever. We're not suddenly gonna get to a place where life stands still because we're going on a transformation journey. We don't suddenly take a 3 month, 4 month, 5 month sabbatical from work or leave the family home so that we can truly focus on ourselves. That's not how it works. That's not how life works. And there is no perfect time for anything. Um, for weight loss, for behavior change, for sorting out our mindset, for anything at all. So the key is that we have to find something that works for us, our lifestyle, our time, our work life, our relationships, our families, and not try and change ourselves to adapt to something. So that's why, if you think about things that people might typically try, I'm going to use really extreme examples, but things like Herbalife or some kind of shake thing, Slim Fast, some shred type plan where it's promised extreme fat loss, that's not sustainable because it doesn't work long term, because it can never be part and parcel of real life for us. So it can never be what happens when you go on holiday. You're not going to be sitting drinking 2 shakes a day and having a chicken salad for dinner for 7 days. What happens on your birthday? You're not going to say no to cake. Quite no, you're not going to do that. What happens in real life when, like, you've got a shitty day at work, when you've got a falling out with a 16-year-old in the household, um, with the dog sick all over the carpet, or those types of days are the days that grand plans just suddenly vanish because we can't be arsed, and that's fine. That's normal. That's normal. So if it's as easy as that, if it's as easy as going, okay, it's not the perfect time now, I need to just make it work for me, why isn't everybody doing it? Why isn't everybody, making it the right time? And there's three key reasons for that. So one, and this is a big one, but it can be quite hard to get to this point, and this is where I would reach out to you and say, gotta be really honest with yourself. But the first key reason is actually liking how things are just now, like actually feeling comfortable, happy, content almost with the way things are just now. So maybe quite liking the 3, 4 bottles of wine a week, or liking the snacks, liking the, once the kids have gone to bed, having a bit of a cheese and cracker, liking the routines that we've got and the social life, and that's okay. Like, even if we don't necessarily like what's happening to us, if we don't like the changes in our body, if we don't like the lack of energy, if we don't like the feeling that we're not in control, those routines that we have are comforting. And from a science, from a psychology point of view, our brains actually like that. Our brains like routine. Our brains like that consistency because that's what it's used to. And we have these things called neural pathways. It's basically information flows. And our brain is designed to keep that constant and consistent. So it doesn't necessarily want to break those routines, even though you're going, I hate my body in this outfit, or I feel so uncomfortable, or I hate feeling like this, or I hate being saggy. 101 different things that we might dislike about ourselves. We might hate the fact that we feel sleepy at 3 o'clock and need to eat, or something really high sugar to keep our energy level up. We might hate the fact that we don't get up and do things with the kids. But we have these habits and patterns, and and our brain wants to keep us in those habits and patterns. So the only way through that is to fight through the resistance and to actually, get over the fact that if we want X, we're going to have to stop doing Y and make those changes. And that takes a little bit of a mindset shift. Now, on the topic of mindset shift, I've got a free course that I am launching next week, and I asked yesterday if anybody wanted early access. It's free, mindset only. There's no exercise, there's no nutrition. It is just simply a mindset for fat loss course. It is free. If you want it, please put mindset in the comments, and I can send you the link tomorrow. So we do need to have that little bit of a shift going, okay, I do want something different, and I accept the fact that I am going to have to change some of the things that I'm doing just now. And that's not to say that, you have to eat like a monk, or you have to give up all fun, or you have to like not eat cheese or not drink alcohol. That's not the case at all, and I'm going to cover that in a little bit. But there are some things that aren't going to be serving you that will need to change. All right, so that's the first reason why we get stuck. The second one comes under the bracket of, I suppose, overwhelm or not confident in the approach that you think you should take. And it's batshit crazy, right? So I am very good friends with 5 people who do what I do. They do physical transformation. We all have different approaches. We all work with different ideal clients. We all have different ways of doing things. We all have, different things. But that's just 5 people in my own very small circle. I have been in coaching groups with thousands upon thousands of health, wellness, weight loss, mindset, nutrition, integrative health, well-being coaches, like literal thousands. So I get there are a gazillion, don't really know if that's true, but there's a gazillion coaches out there who are all doing things slightly differently. So how do we know what to do? How do we know what's going to work for us? How do we know that what I'm saying is going to work for you versus, how are you different from Weight Watchers? How are you different from Noom? How are you different from the And having all of this noise round about us, even just like, I know my shit about nutrition and exercise mindset. I'm pretty skilled at it. It's what I do. But I'm still bombarded with the over 40s noise and the midlife coaching mentality. Like, I get it every single day, and it's crazy bonkers. So it's like, if you think about all the things that we might have been trying in the past, like multiple attempts at Slimming World, multiple attempts at Weight Watchers, multiple attempts at being very strict Monday through Friday, and then I'll just have a cheat weekend. When they don't work, it starts knocking our confidence and going, oh God, it's all working for everybody else. Why is it not working for me? So it's that kind of not actually knowing what to do and how to do it. But moving on to the third point about, the third main reason why everybody's not doing this is around this true belief of, I'll get round to it. I'll get round to it. When are we going to get round to it? And you see this in careers, we see this in health, we see this in relationships. I'll get round to it. And it's just procrastination. It is just procrastination. It's like, if now is not the right time, when is the right time? How do you know it's going to be the right time? But there is no right time. There is no perfect time. There is none. We have to, here's an example. A lady emailed me 3 weeks ago, and asking for my help. She wanted to lose weight, and she's got a wedding abroad coming up that she was really looking forward to, but she really was not happy with her body. She'd been trying to lose weight, nothing had worked for her, and I'd said, we can't help you to lose weight. I'm not helping you to lose weight specifically for a wedding, because we don't do short-term quick fixes. It's sustainable, it's long-term, but we can certainly help you do that, and that was fine. But then, when we chatted it through, it's not the right time, because I've got a wedding abroad in a couple of months. And like that. Well, that was your whole reason why you wanted to change in the first place, and now you're using that as a reason to not do something. When I dig into that a little bit deeper, that's actually to do with because she wanted to pay £20 a month for one-to-one coaching, which isn't ever going to happen. But, this belief that we'll get round to it, it just says it's not a priority. And that is okay. It's okay for you to make that decision and go, do you know what? Have I got into the habit of just talking about wanting to change, but actually it's not really that big a priority? That's okay. But if you're at a place where you're unhappy where you look in the mirror, if you are feeling shit because you've got no energy or your skin's bad or you just don't feel like you are thriving, that you're just muddling through life, then you need to make that shit a priority because it's going to get worse. It doesn't get any better just by thinking about it. If you want to have an outcome, then you have to make the decision that you are going to make it happen. And that's probably harder than actually doing it because once you know what to do and how to do it, which is what we teach, that bit's easy. But making the decision to rip off that plaster and go, I've been talking about this for some time now, I need to get my shit together and actually do it and actually women the fuck up. Sorry, children, if you're out there. So there's some key bits that you need to know. One, it's not as hard as you think. Sustainable fat loss is not as hard as you think it is when it's built around your life and your lifestyle and your family and your likes and dislikes and all of these kind of things. It's almost easy. You know, it's not about living like a monk, as I said. It's not about living off fresh air, dust and leaves. That's really not what it is. That does not work. And you're not expected to give up wine. You're not expected to, I don't know, wrap yourself in mud and either. I don't know where that came from. But we have to recognise there are some parts of our behaviours and our lifestyles that might have to change. You know, that comfort, what I talked about, that routine, you know, 4 bottles of wine in a week, it's not serving you. It's not going to work anymore. But, you know, 1 bottle of wine a week, that could work for you. Like munching your way through a family bag of Maltesers every couple of nights, that's not really conducive to our goals either. Doing that every couple of weeks, yeah, we all love a Malteser, some more than most, probably me. And the other thing is appreciate, and this is a big thing, this really, really fucks me off, and it's actually, I've got a thread brewing in my mind about things that I hate about the weight loss and diet and health space. Finding the time. You just need to find the time. Really? Are you really saying that to a 45-year-old woman who's got 3 kids and a full-time job and a dog and a horse and a car and a garden and kids clubs? Are you really going to tell them to find the time and they just don't want it hard enough? Get to you know where. So accept that you're not going to find the time. You're not going to, oh, I'll get to it eventually and I'll find the time. That is not going to happen. There is no more time. If you can find more time, go on and tell me how you found it and where you found it, and I will also then find that time. But we need to, it's not about finding the time. It's about, it doesn't need to be time consuming. That's a big myth. We don't need to make it time consuming. Because in actual fact, the key bit is actually making the decision to take action. The key bit is actually drawing a line under it and going, enough is enough. I'm sick, fed up, and I'm going to do something about it. And I'm going to decide that it's the right time. I'm going to make it the right time, not finding the right time. I'm going to make it the right time. And when you get to that acceptance, you know, and you then go, okay, well, I'm going to find something that works for my lifestyle, for me and my lifestyle, rather than I'm going to adapt me to this crazy regime. It's not going to work. It doesn't work like that. So you get to make a decision because you're the owner of you and you're a grown-up and you get to choose. You get to decide to take action. You get to decide whether it's the right time or not. And if it's not the right time and you've been saying it's not the right time, you need to take a step back and go on, is this actually something that I want to do? Because if it's not, that's even better for you because it means that you don't need to worry about anything ever again. Any about this stuff. Just means you can go, okay, it's not a priority. I appreciate there's not a magic wand. I appreciate that shit takes time. I appreciate that I'm going to have to change some things, but if I'm not prepared to make the changes, then it's okay. I accept I won't get the results. All right? Does that all make sense? I realised I just talked all the way through that and I didn't even actually get any feedback. Did that all make sense? Put me a yes if it did, or a no if it didn't. or questions, because I'm actually not finished. So I'll give you some time to type in all your stuff. So my question to you guys is, if you are ready to make it the right time, and a few people had said, I'm had enough, I'm sick, fed up, I've been trying to do this for ages. So if that is you, and you are in a place where you are wanting to finally lose two dress sizes in 90 days for good, then next week we're opening up 3 spaces. 3 spaces for our Body Balance Blueprint, which is our 90-day one-to-one coaching extravaganza. Just going to call it extravaganza, or a program, but extravaganza sounds better. Now that would be starting next week, not this week, but I can have conversations Thursday, Friday about seeing if you're a right fit, seeing if it's going to work for you in terms of the investment, in terms of what we expect from you, and also gives you a chance to kind of see if we vibe or not. So if that is you, you put a yes in there. No, don't put a yes. Don't put a yes, because I'll get confused with the making sense yeses. If you are ready, you want to know more, put a BBB, which is Body Balance Blueprint, in the comments, and I'll be in touch about having a quick chat to go through the logistics. You know, what do we need you to do? How much is it going to cost? Etc. etc. So I have key requirements because we don't have everybody. I'm quite particular. So you must be female for a start. You must be fun. You must be fabulous, and you must be coachable. That's it. It would be probably more relevant for you if you're over 40, but we actually have a number of girls who are not 40 as clients. So because it's all based on science and psychology, what we do works for everybody, and because it's one-to-one, it works for everybody. My other key requirements are, you must be ready to commit to 90 days. And that does not matter if you've got holidays, because actually having holidays and mad things happen helps us teach you what to do when these mad things happen. Because as we know from this whole workshop tonight about it's not the right time, it's never the right time because mad things happen. Anyway, so it must be ready to commit. You must be ready to invest time, energy, and money, because this is not free. And you, energy-wise, yeah, that kind of links back into the fun and fabulous part. Yeah. It's not for you if you have had any diagnosed eating disorders, or you are a miserable know-it-all. That's really it. I don't think that's too harsh. Do you think anybody does identify as a miserable know-it-all? I don't suppose anybody would put their hand there and go, oh, well, I can't do it because I'm a miserable know-it-all. If you're a miserable know-it-all, please put your hand up and let me know what made you think that you're a miserable know-it-all and has got you identifying that way. Dear me, what a dick. That's me. Okay, right. So that's it in a nutshell, basically. In summary, there is no perfect time for anyone. Life happens round about us, whether we like it or not. The trick is, or to use a quote, this is from the big Tony Robbins, for those of you that have ever done any form of self-development, you'll like this. Make life happen for you, not to you. Coolie. Love it. Right, Sarah, thanks for giving me a laugh. I thought I was just laughing at myself. Right, 3 spaces opening up next week. Body Balance Blueprint, 90 days, one-to-one coaching. Myself and the lovely Clara have your back. You're going to lose 2 dress sizes in 90 days. You're going to feel freaking amazing. You're going to wonder why you didn't do this 2 years ago. And ta-da! And with that, I am out. Archie now has rugby on a Wednesday, 6 till 7, which is a really crap time. But hey ho, it is what it is. So I hope you all have a pleasant evening and have lovely things for dinner. And I will be in touch with you ladies that have popped a bit in the comments. Alrighty, speak to you later.